All right, guys, I'll see if I can quickly show you just the how simple this is. Basically, you pop all 4 screws off, just set them off to the side, and then you can set this guy off to the side. Now you can get the module out. You need to get this whole thing out. It should just basically just kind of pry right out. Just take your time and don't get too carried away, but it's also not as fragile as you think. And what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to break it. It's like a $10 watch. So I use one of these guys here. So you can basically just kind of flop that guy out. And then I use a top of a glass Yankee Candle that just keeps the dust and debris out, and it's got a nice weight to it, so it just kind of seals it up. Now to get this little plastic resin thing out, basically it's kind of the same thing. You just got to try to find a spot where you're not going to damage it, and see if you can just pop that guy out too. And then throw that out to the side. You can put it in the glass thing as well. A lot of times I'll actually just do that, and then, you know, do the colored panels and all that good stuff on there, which is a whole separate gig. Okay, so now this is what you're left with, and you have these pushers. So if we zoom in, you can see when you push it in, there's like a retaining clip in there. So it's not rocket science. You just have to get that clip off there, right? I used my spring bar fork, I think. There we go. That's what I did. And that's why you've got to have a nice clean work surface, because I don't know where that went. And you don't want to lose those, because that means you got to tear into another one. But I did feel it like hit my arm and stuff, so I'll have to look for that. But if you can do it in a more controlled fashion and do a little bit of containment, then that's better. And then that slides out and it stays in one piece. It's the spring, the pusher, and the gasket and everything. So basically you just got to do that 4 times, and then you'll transfer everything back over. And then let's see if I can do it again, but in a controlled fashion. So just take off, push the pusher in a little bit, take a little bit of the pressure off, take your spring bar tool. Helps if you have a little bit sharper fork and it's not all bent and jacked up like mine is. And it helps if you can actually see. So if you do it nice and slow like that, then hopefully it doesn't just go flying and stuff. And then you can just take that and drag it out onto your work mat or wherever the heck it went. So yeah, dealing with those little parts is not easy. As you can see, like I'm trying to pound it off and it's not going anywhere. So little tweezers or something, and you know, some good optics so you can see what the heck you're doing. All right, let's see if I can go find that other. Okay, so I found that other one. So it didn't go very far. So basically, I mean, I guess I kind of lucked out on that. So basically, you'd have your metal case. I'm just going to put it back in the plastic case on this one, and you'll get, this will be kind of tight now with those gaskets. So don't just like slowly work it in, okay? Just kind of wiggle it and stuff, and give it a little bit of, you know, pressure and everything like that. But you got to get those gaskets to seat down in. And in the metal one, it took me a minute to get it to seat down in. But that spring's going to try to push it back too. So at some point, you just got to put that clip on. Now to do the clip, this is going to be the super pain in the butt part. These tweezers here are actually from a Victorinox Swiss Army small knife. It's not, I don't think it's all the way on yet. There. So now it's all the way on. And then you can test it and make sure. So it's not crazy difficult. I will say that one went actually really smooth. When I did the metal case, I did struggle a little bit. But it's not insane difficult, guys. And I'm doing this through a viewfinder. I mean, typically I'd have my reading glasses on and I'd have my nose right down here so I could see better. But the hardest part is getting this clip lined up. As you can see, it's not quite lined up. So that's the hardest part. If you can manage to do that, then yeah, I think you'll be all right. You know, just be patient and fiddle around with it a little bit until you get it lined up on there. And then maybe use your fork again. And I'm putting a little bit of pressure on the pusher there. So I think we have another successful install. So I'm either getting really lucky or I'm getting really good. In either way, I'll take it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to edit this out a little bit, but that's the quick and dirty of that. So you have to do that 4 times. And then when you put the module back in, there's videos on that. Basically, you put the plastic part in, and then you put the module in, and then you'll have to move the metal things out of the way. There's a bunch of videos on that. If you guys want to see that, I can do that too. But there's the quick little on how to do the pushers.